Welcome to iTALK, iJAG. I am Terrence Washington, the host of today. Secretary Wilson Middle School. You look amazing, by the way.
Oh,
Hi,
thank
Nakia.
you, thank you.
Can you share us your job title and introduce your career to us?
Okay, my name is Nakia. I am an associate food scientist at ConAgra. It's like 6 minutes away from here, and that was my job title. That's what you asked. Yeah.
Intro. Okay, so describe it. What do you do?
So every day as a food scientist, I make food. Um, do you guys know what Slim Jims are?
Yes.
Slim Jims. Do you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Popcorn. Do you guys know what Marie Calendar is? The meals. Banquet. That's the stuff that we make at ConAgra.
It's really good.
So every day I come into work, check my email, then I have to figure out what formulas I'm gonna make today, what tweaks I'm gonna make, and then I kind of just go through that process for different projects.
Daily?
Yeah, so we go through projects on a calendar basis. So we're coming towards the end of the calendar.
Right.
So right now we're working on the end, like commercialization, which is getting the food from the bench top, which small, like a small process to make it larger. So how you get it in the grocery store. So we're working on the tail end of that, getting it into the grocery store. That's the phase that we're in right now.
Is there any additional training you needed after being hired?
Yeah. Every job you need training. You need to know how functions work. So they have systems that we store our recipes and formulas in. We have systems that we communicate with other team members with. So you need to be trained on that. And then we also have like the factories where we make the food. You need to be trained on how to use the equipment there, how to oversee the equipment, and then things like that. So, yeah, you do need training after you get your job.
Is there any advice you have for someone around my age?
The advice that I have for someone around your age is, don't be afraid to be judged by your peers. Like you might like something and everyone else around you might think it's lame or they don't like it. Don't be afraid to be you, and also don't be afraid to try new things.
Yeah.
I think your age group you have so much information to your disposal. So this is the perfect time for you to just figure out what you like. It could be anything, because honestly, whatever you do, you can put your mind to it, you can do it. So it doesn't have to be a food scientist. It doesn't have to be what you typically think can make money or get you to where you want to be. You just got to try it and figure out if you like it and how to master it. So my advice, which was a loaded question, but a loaded answer would be, don't be afraid to try new things. Good things, don't do drugs. Don't be afraid to be judged by your team, your classmates, or your friends, and try new things. Learning, being a learner for life is what'll get you far. So that's my advice.
It's really good answer.
Yeah.
What interests you have around my age that puts you where you are now?
I was a smart kid, so that's probably easy. I got good grades. Yeah. I was a kid that your parents didn't have to check your homework.
I can relate.
So that part was easy for me. I wanted to be a doctor, but being a doctor is great, but there are other things to do. Right. So, honestly, science, I was interested in science, and then I kind of got introduced to food science in tail end of high school and then when I was in college. But I'd say what got me to where I am today is just being focused, honestly. Not being afraid to make mistakes and also learning from them, because that's how you learn. When you do something wrong, and you learn how to do it better next time.
So, would you say you inspire yourself in that manner?
Yeah. So inspiration can come from anything. Right. Like you can just see something like, oh, I want to try that. I want to do that. But it's discipline and consistency that keeps you going where you're going. But inspiration can come from anything.
Inspiration can come from anything. I really like that. What would you say motivates you?
I'm an adult. I have bills.
Yeah, I get that.
But finding something that you really like to do, I think my job is really fun. I literally get to go to work. I get to go in the lab, make food, play around with stuff, try food all day. So I like that, and so that motivates me to continue to go to work because I enjoy it. It's something. If I have to be at work for 8 hours a day, I want to be doing something that
happily.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What is like a leader to you? Like who's something you like
A leader,
aspire to?
that's hard. Leader. I'm a leader.
I really like that. You're your own leader. You made your own path.
Yeah, exactly. I lead my own path, but I would say things about a leader. There can be quiet leaders and there can be loud leaders. The loudest person in the room isn't always a leader. People who lead by example are those that are inspirations to me. Like if I see them doing something that's good, they're not always loud about it. They're not trying to show off. That's a leader to me. Leaders communicate well. Leaders, they don't allow other people to deter them from what they want to do.
Yes.
They put their mind to something and they keep going. So that's
I really love
leadership
that.
for me. Yeah.
Do you feel like you have obtained those qualities?
Yeah, but not all at once. I was young. I was 12 at one point, so like I cared what people thought about me. I cared to impress my friends, but at some point you have to decide whether impressing your friends or whatever it is, the distractions are gonna get you where you want to go, or
Pay your bills.
Exactly.
Right.
Pay, or are you gonna pay your bills? But yeah.
Would you say if you like tomorrow you have to do something completely different than what you do now, would you be happy? If it paid the exact same? Even more.
See, that's a loaded question. Yes and no. It depends on what it is. There are a lot of boring jobs out there.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I really like what I do, but if I had to change my job from what I do now and do something else, it definitely have to pay more because
For sure.
I'd have to wake up and want to go to work. And it would just have to be something that I could do things that's like hands-on. I like to do a balance between I get to go to the lab. That's different than just sitting at a desk all day. So it'll just have to be something where I can do multiple things and I'm not stuck at a desk or stuck in one thing.
So would you like to interact with your work? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Interact with my work, interact with people.
Hands-on?
Yeah, hands-on.
What is a piece of advice you wish you knew at my age?
What I wish I knew. Kind of going off what I said earlier. So there's so much you can do in life. Like people are making money off TikTok and all that kind of stuff. And that's not for everyone, but if just take more time to do something different. That's all.
Like find yourself.
Yeah, just if you have an opportunity to play soccer and you never played, try it. If you have an opportunity to learn how to code or work with computers, try it. If you got an opportunity to do something different than you do now, just try it. Cause
take that risk.
Yeah, just take a risk to learn something new. Because you can, like, you never know what you'll really like. So that would be my advice. And you guys probably get to try some stuff.
We do, definitely.
Yeah, so just try it. No need to be afraid. So that would be my advice to myself.
It's really good. I feel like that's gonna especially help a lot of us here who are still finding that path.
Yeah. I mean, you're young and you have time, but it moves fast.
It does.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.